Hey guys, pick up your volume. Now let's go simultaneously for conventional and non-conventional.
सर सब क्या कौन
I kept the microphone here. Give it to me. Pick up the volume. करता हूँ. Come on, everyone, pick up the volume to page number 154 is non-conventional. I will start with non-conventional first. I think I have to show some little bit of order in my team. You get up from there. You just allow him to come up. These corner benches are all boiled. Enough.
It is used for household purpose.
Normal for hotels. House
But like for fire.
that is BBQ.
Like in
Chelsea, you go to that corner. Just 1 minute. And you get up. No, you get up. I want to see him in that place. Did you complete my answer? आज नहीं जाएगा तो घर में अगर मुझे नहीं दिखा. Everyone have signed? Anybody left, boys? I'm starting with non-conventional first. It will go faster as compared to conventional. Come on. Keep your pencils ready. Energy derived from sun, utna hi likho. Underline. India is fortunate. Underline high amount of solar energy. Come down to generation, you take all three. Now this bench. You take solar cells, cookers, and water heater. Next, it is renewable. Next, diverse purposes. Underline saves fossil fuel. Bracket coal and petroleum. Wind energy 2. Obtained from. Underline the word. Harnessing with the windmills. Next, obtained by making use of. Only underline windmills. Next. Blades of windmill rotate, underline force of the wind. उधर लिखो windmill blade के ऊपर लिखो aerodynamic design. Aero, A-E-R-O, aerodynamic design. Next, rotational motions drive number of machines. Only bracket में लिखो, no need to write. Number of windmills underline. Definite pattern. ये एग्जाम में आया था. What are wind farm clusters? एक pattern पे होता है. अभी कौन सा pattern we do not know. Only the people who install, they only decide as per the wind and the area location. Next, wind farms are installed. ये आया. Coastal areas, open grasslands and hilly regions. If I ask why only coastal areas? Away from the mainland. Bus. Why open grasslands? Open area. And why hilly regions? So that there is no obstruction of the wind. कोई buildings वगैरह नजदीक नहीं रहना चाहिए. That is the reason. Let us go to wind energy in India. India has a potential underline high potential. Put the high. Underline India 5th largest wind farm cluster. Underline Nagarkoil to Madurai. I think close to 150 kilometers. से बात में volume में text. Open bracket from Andhra and close bracket in Maharashtra. Advantages. Renewable. You continue my reading. Where I left. Don't help her. Godina, you are the next person to be punished.
If largest लेके 5 घंटे का नंबर.
वो mistake हुआ है.
Wind energy is a renewable source of energy which can be produced again and again.
Underline the word renewable.
It is the cleanest form of renewable energy which produces no pollution.
Why they are using the word cleanest form? You write no pollution. There only you write no pollution. Given. No need. Go ahead. Good.
It reduced our dependence on the fossil fuels.
Only underline reduce the dependence.
Tidal energy.
Okay.
It is a form of hydropower that converts the energy of tides into electricity.
Underline energy of tides into energy.
India possesses a good potential of generating tidal energy.
Okay. Like whatever windmill you see, the same mechanism goes below the water, but it is not as big as that wind. Same rotating. We have alternating high tide and low tide. During high tide, the windmills blade, the tidal energy, they are submerged. Correct. And normally they have a rotatory turbine also. They regulate the speed of the turbine. Once it moves, automatically the energy generation. In India, especially on the coastal, we have a place in Gujarat where this tidal energy. And they say more than the wind energy, tidal energy is far cheaper. Why? Every coastal area, they can install it, but the maintenance might be a problem. Correct. But I say more dependable source of energy is tidal rather than wind. Because wind energy, as I said, installation is huge. Lot of space, lot of money. And even not every farmer and every person is ready to give the land to the wind farm. But either to koi nahi hai. The ocean, sea, whatever belongs to the government, they only have to install it. What? Let's go.
In India, the prospective sites for exploitation of tidal energy are Gulf of Kutch, Cambay, Andaman and Nicobar Islands.
Put all this into your bracket. Next.
Generation. The tidal energy can be harnessed by constructing a tidal barrage.
It is barrage. Hey, what is the difference between a dam and a barrage? Dam can store the water. Barrage cannot. Barrage, अभी जैसे ये दिल्ली में जो flood हुआ था, it has the construction like this. It just diverts the water to different. It cannot store the water. And जो Mr. Kejriwal party was spreading wrong information कि हरियाणा का side भी वो barrage open होता है, यूपी के side भी barrage open होता है और दिल्ली, that is Yamuna river से बाहर निकलता है. But what is the automatic setting of that barrage? They say 1 lakh cubic liters. एक बार उस barrage से पानी निकला, automatically the gates comes down. So already UP has taken 1 lakh, Haryana and Delhi did not take. So one of the AAP minister had gone to that site and took the photo. देखो UP का side में नाला बंद है. अरे बंद नहीं, 1 lakh cubic liter गया. हाँ, Delhi, because he didn't do the desilting. That was the trouble. But besides politics, you should understand the difference between a dam and a barrage. Dam can store by its capacity. Barrage cannot store. If I want to explain exact barrage, if this is the big stream flowing, government construct the barrage like this, correct? So what it will do, it will just divert one stream here, or if there is one other opening, it will go. So at least one fixed point they are constructing. Barrage ka weakness kya hai? It cannot store water. And what is good thing? Not as costly as a dam. So this is a barrage. Understood what is a barrage? Go ahead.
The barrage has a reservoir. During high tide, the sea water flows into the reservoir of the barrage and turns the turbine, which in turn produces electricity by rotating the generator.
Only underline rotating the generators.
The reverse process takes place during the low tide as the water in the barrage.
What is that reverse? One direction is high tide, correct? अभी barrage के इस तरफ पानी है, तो they will allow this water to pass through, so that windmill and the turbines are fixed here. Because during low tide I cannot produce electricity, so they open the barrage so that the water comes and ये बस high tide में तो अपने आप घूमेगा because the water is entering in, but low tide में they will make the barrage water to go through. Go ahead.
The flowing water turns the turbines. Advantages. The massive amounts of water in the oceans move in extremely predictable patterns.
Underline the word predictable. Can we predict the wind flow? Why not?
Yes, we can.
कि इस direction में इतना speed में अभी आएगा, नहीं आएगा. But water का prediction कर सकते हैं because the ocean has water, है ना? Even sea has the water. Wind is unpredictable. It depends on the circulatory motion of the atmosphere and the rotatory part of the wind. But ocean water तो unpredictable है क्या? नहीं है ना? But tides are more seen in seas as compared to ocean. Correct. So at least predictability factor, tidal is more better than wind. Okay, go ahead.
After the initial construction costs, there are very few additional costs to keep the tidal energy.
Underline few or no additional costs as compared to windmill. I'm not comparing so that you can understand quickly.
They require little maintenance and minimal personnel as well.
Okay, and now put this question in your notebook. Why tidal energy? Why tidal energy is preferred over is referred as cheap and more reliable. Why tidal energy is referred as cheap and more reliable source of energy. Points either here, what she has read, but you have to make your own sentence and write. Think and write, don't stare at each other. Can I help? Write it quickly, we'll try to finish at least non-conventional today. हो जाए. Title के बाद geothermal है ना? हाँ वो भी लिखो cheaper है ना and reverse process भी चलता है that also you can write during high tide generation होता ही है So anything they
tidal power.
you just understand while you're writing this for 2 minutes. I could ask one more bench in. Bolo, or ask you to sit in the second bench. I need to share, put that audio down. Hey guys, this is the actual
Tidal power
working
is a
mode.
form of hydropower that converts the energy from the natural rise and fall of the tides into electricity. Tides are caused by the combined effects of gravitational forces exerted by the moon, the sun, and the rotation of the earth. Tidal plants can only be installed along coastlines. Coastlines often experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides on a daily basis. The difference in water levels must be at least 5 meters high to produce electricity. Tidal electricity can be created from several technologies, the main ones being tidal barrages, tidal fences, and tidal turbines. Tidal
Now
barrages.
look at the barrages. This is what I was thinking. This is high tide. Are you seeing? Low tide, from there, the water will be passing. Anyway, this is that rotatory motion. And this is that. That's how. Stopping.
Barrages are the most efficient tidal energy sources. A tidal barrage is a dam that utilizes the potential energy generated by the change in height between high and low tides. This energy turns a turbine or compresses air, which in turn creates electricity. Tidal fences are turbines that operate like giant turnstiles, whereas tidal turbines are similar to wind turbines, only underwater. In both cases, electricity is generated with mechanical energy of tidal currents turns turbines connected to a generator. The generator produces electricity. Ocean currents generate relatively more energy than air currents because ocean water is 832 times more dense than air and therefore applies greater force on the turbines.
Does anybody can explain why it is better than wind energy? Explain करने का क्या बोलना more electricity because the water is more denser. Air का कोई guarantee नहीं है ना? Because the generation of electricity, that's why they install so many windmills. But windmills उधर 100 या 200 लगाना पड़ेगा, इधर एक ही से काम होता है, ठीक है?
Tidal power is easy to install and renewable, having no direct greenhouse gas emissions and a low environmental impact. Because the ocean's tidal patterns are well understood, tidal energy is a very predictable energy source, making it highly attractive for electrical grid management. This sets it apart from other renewables that can be more unpredictable. However, adoption of tidal technologies has been slow, and so far, the amount of power generated using tidal power plants is very small. This is due largely to the very specific site requirements necessary to produce tidal electricity. Additionally, tide cycles do not always match the daily consumption patterns of electricity, and therefore do not provide sufficient capacity to satisfy demand. That's tidal power.
क्या दिखाना है? क्या बोल रहा है? Which is the next one? Geothermal. Solar कितनी है? क्या करेगा? Hey guys, be quiet if you want to understand. This is an American company where they make. I muted it.
Blasting hot water into the air.
You wanted the region on the top layer. So let it see.
And it's called geothermal energy. And we can use it to generate clean, green
Why this is
electricity. Okay, here's how geothermal works. Heat from the Earth's crust. Water that is seeped into underground reservoirs. In some places, so when water becomes hot, it can break through the Earth's surface and heat or hot water. This usually happens when the Earth's crust plates meet and shift. In the past, taking advantage of geothermal energy was limited to areas where hot water flowed near the surface. But as geothermal technologies advance, we can leverage even more of these natural, renewable energy sources. Engineers have developed a few different ways to produce power from geothermal wells drilled into the ground. Have a look at this. It's a dry steam geothermal power plant. And it's the most common type of geothermal technology used today. Underground steam flows directly to a turbine to drive a generator that produces electricity. Pretty straightforward.
Hey guys, look at what they are saying.
Geothermal technology is called as flash steam power.
As you have already said, when that underground the water goes and touches that magma rock, steam gushes up. But the challenge of this industry, they have to catch the steam. Are you seeing? And makes the turbine rotate. Now the turbine ka actual picture nahi hai, it's all graphic pictures only, but you'll understand. Once the turbine rotates with the steam, then only energy is produced. At present, America is the only country which is making use of this energy in a large scale. India has two projects, as that is Puga Valley and there is Manikaran in HP. But abhi bhi experimental basis pe and project is on. Our Reliance usne tender liya hai udhar Himachal mein. But abhi tak full fledged nahi hua. But India has good potential. Samjha geothermal, the same process that we do it in coal. Usko burn karke wo energy steam banayega. Automatically आपको steam मिल रहा है. But उसको tap करना possibility थोड़ा ज़्यादा है. Did you see all that pipes which makes that steam to rush into it? उसका force बढ़ाते हैं and then turbine. ये हम लोग हमारे 12th में कुछ projects किया था. That's what I remember. Carry on.
Pump pushes hot fluid into a tank at the surface where it cools. As it cools, the fluid flashes or quickly turns into vapor. Vapor then drives a turbine and powers a generator. A binary cycle plant works differently. It uses two types of fluid. Hot fluid from underground heats a second fluid called a heat transfer fluid in a giant heat exchanger. The second fluid has a much lower boiling point than the first fluid, and so it flashes into vapor at a lower temperature. When the second fluid flashes, it spins a turbine that drives a generator. The environmental benefits of this clean, round-the-clock, renewable energy source are substantial. Low emissions, small physical footprint, and minimal environmental impact. The few byproducts that can come up are often re-injected underground. Geothermal energy can also help recycle wastewater. In California, wastewater from the city of Santa Rosa is injected into the ground to generate more geothermal energy.
Oh my God. They're pumping the wastewater into the
produce solid waste. That solid waste may contain minerals that we can remove and sell, which lowers the cost of this energy source. The U.S. Geological Survey estimates that untapped geothermal resources in the United States, if developed, could supply the equivalent of 10% of today's energy needs and cut our dependence on fossil fuels. In fact, electricity generated by geothermal energy already provides about 60% of the power along the Northern California coast. From the Golden Gate Bridge to the Oregon state line, geothermal
push
energy
that solar.
helping to the clean energy champions of tomorrow will need to find smarter ways to generate, consume, and conserve energy through renewable power sources, energy efficient homes and businesses, and sustainable transportation. The Energy 101 series is a collection of educational videos produced by the U.S. Department of Energy with the next generation of clean energy leaders in mind. These short, dynamic, and informative videos provide an introduction to the latest energy-efficient solutions and renewable energy technologies. Topics like solar, wind, geothermal, bioenergy, electric vehicles, and clean energy manufacturing.
Can you remove all that? Okay, now let's proceed. Where's my volume? Bas okay. कोई भी मिल के जरूरत. All waste of time. If you are seriously understanding, it is okay. बाद में सब दिक्कत रहेगा. You are having a good time pass. हाँ, nuclear ना. Okay, let us go into where you have stopped reading. Title done. Generation also done. Okay, we are moving to geothermal. I'm going to shoot two questions on geothermal based on that. अभी देखते हैं कौन सा answer. Underline. It is the energy. Why not?
It is the energy which is produced by using the heat from the interior of the earth.
Underline that interior of the earth. Just now you have seen what is geothermal. Go ahead.
India has about 1200 megawatts of geothermal energy potential.
Only underline that unit, megawatts.
The geothermal energy plants are located in Manikaran, Himachal Pradesh and Puga Valley, Ladakh.
Underline both the place. If you can't remember the place, at least remember it is Himachal and Ladakh. Two places.
Generation. The extreme high temperature in the deeper geothermal reservoirs are used for the generation of electricity.
Only underlining extreme temperatures.
The
Guys, what is she reading? You turn that only. What is it going on? हाँ तो तू इतना देर क्या कर रहा था? वो तो उसका उधर ही चल रहा है. You go ahead. Go ahead.
The deep hot water spring and hot rocks are accessed by drilling deep wells and bores. From these wells and bores, high pressure hot steam is obtained by taking the water on surface.
Underline that high pressure water steam.
This hot high pressure spins the turbine that rotates the generator and produces electricity.
Okay.
Advantages. It is easily accessible because of its extensive distribution.
Only underline the word easily accessible.
It is environment friendly in nature, has low emission of sulfur.
Underline environmental friendly. ये अगर आपको याद रहा तो लिखना. Don't write any wrong things.
Carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases.
Absence. So we can.
It is independent of weather and season.
Now, who can tell me why it is independent of weather and season?
Because it
Good boy. Yes. Whatever might be the season and climate, it needs the interior of the earth and water. Rainfall, windfall, snowfall. It will continuously produce steam. Like wind will not be. Wind can be affected, as he told, the solar energy during rainfall, because we don't get sunlight. Correct. But this energy is more better than other. I can't say 100%, but India ke paas abhi itna money nahi hai to pump so much. Dekho, did you see that California? The entire northern California, 60% of the energy. They are not only using the water which is pure, but they are using the wastewater also. They are pumping it underground. Two, if you remember what they were producing manure. From where the byproduct, from where they are producing sulfur. So look at the advantages of this American brains. I don't say Indian brains are less advanced, but the money is the factor. Did I not speak about the Chandrayaan 3 here? Did I say? How could Chandrayaan 3 take so much of time? Why not Putin's rocket is directly going? Even today, if you remember the first man who went around the space, who was he? Went around the space. He was from Russia. His name was Yuri Gagarin. It was 1916. Even today, only 4 countries have international space stations, and India is planning to get 1. I mean, international space stations are impossible, at least for a country like India. You know what it is? The astronauts go there and they can stay there for at least minimum 6 months. अभी इंडिया अभी गगनयान या वो चंद्रयान बोल रहा है अभी इंडिया प्लान कर रहा है but at least with less time of development ISRO has done tremendous work than America. Why America is shocked with the ISRO satellites? Half the movie of any Hollywood we have launched the satellites. Even if you are a keen fan of IPL, which I feel nahi mere liye aap to kar sakte hai. They say advertisement cost of IPL, only advertisement, they say close to 2,000 crores. Whereas हमारा गरीब साइंटिस्ट 300 करोड़ में रॉकेट उड़ा देता है. फिर हम लोग बोलते हैं ये स्टार लोग है ना जो हमारा रोहित शर्मा ये बहुत अपने आप को प्रोग्राम करने समझते हैं. उनका एक आधा पैसा भी लेके देगा ना इसरो हर महीने में एक रॉकेट उड़ा सकता है. फिर भी अमेरिका इज ऑलवेज हैविंग अ बिग आई ऑन इंडिया जस्ट बिकॉज हमारा जो चंद्रयान 2 था द लैंडर वाज अ फेलियर बट द रोवर स्टिल सेंडिंग द पिक्चर्स एंड अमेरिकन्स आर यूजिंग दोस. I think today Russian rocket has sent a picture of moon. मतलब it has already activated, but अभी lander हुआ क्या पता नहीं है. But definitely Putin's idea is to before the Indian satellite lands in the South Pole, Russian का होना चाहिए. But ठीक है, नहीं same नहीं रहेगा, अलग-अलग 23 होगा. Let's hope for the best. At least India should be the first nation who will land the satellite on the south.
But it doesn't depend because where they are landing, right, that area will receive first sunlight.
हाँ, ठीक है. देखते हैं. But definitely I have seen a documentary or a foreign documentary where they say Chandrayaan 3 anyway superior than what is that lunar? Lunar 25. But क्या करें? Putin cannot digest. इंडिया शुड बी द फर्स्ट कंट्री. ठीक है, वो अपने जगह पर सही है, हम लोग अपने जगह. आई एम सीक्रेटली प्रेइंग दैट हमारा सक्सेस हो जाए और उसका फेलियर हो जाएगा. नहीं होगा, देयर टेक्नोलॉजी इज फार सुपीरियर. देखो 1916 में अगर रशिया ने पहला लॉन्च किया, इवन यू वर सेइंग द स्पुतनिक ना, द वैक्सीन नेम, दैट वाज द फर्स्ट स्पेस लॉन्चिंग ऑफ रशिया. उसीलिए उसने वैक्सीन का नाम भी वही रखा. अभी how many people are saying कि रशिया is going to become power? कुछ नहीं, जितना वॉर ज्यादा चल रहा है उतना रिच बनते जा. एंड जर्मनी का इकोनॉमी has crashed. Half of the Europe economy is crashed. अभी इंग्लैंड is reeling under, I don't know, like a serpent. कब अंदर जमीन में जाएगा nobody knows. एंड ये लोग सब लोग वार्न कर रहा था रशिया को, तेरा इकोनॉमी ऐसा हो जाएगा वैसा. अरे वो जितना लड़ रहा है उतना वो पावरफुल है. I don't know what is the trick Russia is doing. Whereas India and Pakistan, not exact, the Kargil war, na? I still remember it was 45 days war. India has close to 3,400 crores India has lost them. And many soldiers died, that's for sure. और ये Kargil war अगर आपको 2 मिनट में समझाऊं, what Indians used to do ना, when that extreme winter, they used to climb down the hill. And the terrorists of so-called our neighbor, उतना ठंड में जाके उधर घर बना के उधर ही लोग बंकर बना लिया. हाँ, जब ठंड खत्म हुआ, these I heard it from a mouth of a major, not me direct, somebody told me. And जब India was trying to go to that same bunkers, they were firing on it. हाँ, ये मूवी में देखा, बट ये तो मुझे बहुत पहले. तो इंडिया का प्रॉब्लम क्या था? The Pakistani terrorists were shooting from a height, and these guys were at the down. So it was a dangerous position. अगर एक लेवल पर रहेगा तो easy. So I don't remember, close to 700 to 1,500 soldiers were lost within 15 days of India. फिर इंडिया ने बोला that India has gone back 15 years back just because of a small war. It was not a full-fledged war between two governments. फिर पाकिस्तान ने बोला हमको कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ. तो हम लोग ने पूछा क्यों? हम लोग ऑलरेडी 50 साल पीछे ही हैं. तो अभी भी हम लोग यही बोलते हैं कि we don't want to fight a war. बट फिर शायद पाकिस्तान ललकार रहे, चला के देखो, मार के दिखा, क्योंकि आप वैसे भी हम डूब रहे हैं, हम आपको भी लेकर डूबेंगे. बट आई थिंक द प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट इज टैक्टिकली सर्कलिंग. पाकिस्तान का तो छोड़ ही दो, द मेन एनिमी इज चाइना. चाइना इज डूइंग ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ ट्रबल. हाँ, एंड आप लोग अगर देखा तो चाइना ने क्या किया, पूरा पोर्ट एंड हार्बर, उसको क्वीन नेकलेस बोलते हैं, इंडिया को पूरा सराउंड किया. पहला श्रीलंका का 2 पोर्ट लिया, फिर वो क्या चाईबासा एंड पोर्ट हार्बर इन पीओके उधर लिया. मतलब इंडिया को इंडियन ओशन से पूरा घेर रहा है. इंडिया ने और 2 प्लान लिया, मोतीमाला एंड जयमाला. तो इंडिया ने बाकी जो श्रीलंकन पोर्ट है वो इंडिया ने खरीदा है फॉर 99 years. ये सब बातें ना, मुझे लगता है कि हमारा होनहार फ्यूचर प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया नरेंद्र मोदी को छोड़ के राहुल को समझाने का एक दिन. राहुल बोलेगा इतना ट्रबल है, हमको नहीं मालूम था, हमको लगा मोदी को हटाना है और मुझे बैठना है. अरे भाई पहले समझ तो ले करके. I don't know whether you have listened to the speech. India is the only country in the world who have launched at one go more than 502 railway stations throughout India, which is to be modernized better than the airport. अभी ऑलरेडी 2, एक यूपी में है और एक बिहार में है. बाहर से आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि एयरपोर्ट से भी बेटर है, बट इट इज अ रेलवे स्टेशन. महाराष्ट्र में 44 रेलवे स्टेशन सेलेक्ट हुआ. अभी आई थिंक 2 या 3 साल के अंदर हमारा ये 44 रेलवे स्टेशन, आई डोंट रिमेंबर द प्लेसेस ऑफ महाराष्ट्र, इट विल बी बेटर देन द एयरपोर्ट फैसिलिटी. वी विल बी प्राउड अगर हमारा वाशी को भी सेलेक्ट कर लिया और या बुखारगढ़ को सेलेक्ट कर लिया. यू अंडरस्टैंड, इट्स अ वेरी ह्यूज इन्वेस्टमेंट. टेंडर भी हो गया, टेंडर भी छोड़ दिया और प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट भी होने वाला. I think the program that other government finished in 15 years, he is finishing within 2 years. अगर आप लोग ने इंटरनेशनल कन्वेंशन सेंटर देखा है दिल्ली में जो उन्होंने ओपन किया, I could see that he was unable to operate. He is also 72, Mr. Modi. He was operating that and it was going up and it was coming down. फिर नहीं हो रहा था, फिर किसी ने बोला ऐसे तो हाँ ठीक है, फिर वो आया. But the one thing I admire of this man, ये जैसा राहुल गांधी बोलता है वो बड़ा पढ़ा लिखा तो नहीं है, but he understands the problem. His study is very clear. But it is not the education of you and me. How do we talk? How do we understand? How do we grasp it? अभी राहुल गांधी को ये सब समझाओ, तो भाई I know the English. अभी भी वो स्पीच चला, वो उधर बैठ के बोल रहा है कि इंडिया क्या कर रहा है. और उस दिन पार्लियामेंट स्पीच में भी क्या भाई साहब ने बंकसी किया. You understood? First day it was okay. वो बोलता है मैं पूरा इंडिया चला, एक पहला राइट नी दुखता था, सुबह उठ के लेफ्ट नी भी दुखता था, फिर ऊपर से बोल रहा है मैं 5 किलोमीटर हर रोज भाग सकता हूँ, फिर मैं पीछे पलट के देखा मेरे पीछे कोई आया नहीं, तो ये सब तेरे से कौन पूछ रहा है, बट कुछ भी हो प्रोग्राम सक्सेस। तो फिर नीचे न्यूज वाले ने दिखा जिस स्टेट से भाई साहब चल के गया कांग्रेस उस स्टेट में बुरी तरीके से हार गया, फिर बोलता नो जोड़ो इंडिया, चलो इंडिया वाज अ सक्सेस। एंड यू रिमेम्बर मोदी स्पीच, he said हमारे ऑपोजिशन पार्टी में एक जन को 13 बार लॉन्च किया है, एंड गुड न्यूज है कि 13 बार भी वो फेल हुआ है, राहुल गांधी। एंड बोलते हैं कि एज ऑफ 53 में भी अभी तक अगर उनको पॉलिटिकल मेच्योरिटी नहीं आया, फिर 60 के बाद आएगा, फिर हम लोग बोलेंगे सर आप रिटायर होने का टाइम, नहीं मैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन सकता हूँ, नहीं बनेगी। ऐसे भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर का एज इंडिया में कोई 45 नहीं था, एक्सेप्ट राजीव गांधी, द डैड ऑफ राहुल गांधी, no other prime minister is considered to be the youngest. Even Rajiv Gandhi became the prime minister after the death of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. वो sympathy way में जीता भाई साहब, he was 49 years old, 49, मतलब 50 साल का था। बाकी जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर है सब 65, 72, 73, 79 में सब इंडिया में कोई प्राइम मिनिस्टर बना है। तो हम लोग हमारा कॉलेज डेज में हम लोग बोलता था जो रिटायर्ड से भी डबल रिटायर्ड है उसको पकड़ के अगर प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाएगा, तो दैट टाइम प्राइम मिनिस्टर, आई डोंट वांट टू नेम हिम, तो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट बोलता था कि हमको पाकिस्तान में घुस के मारना है, तो बोलता है घुसेंगे कभी, मैं तो यहाँ से करेक्ट। बट लुक एट द एनर्जी ऑफ दिस फेलो, व्हाटएवर दैट मूवी में वो डायलॉग बोलता है ना उड़ी का, हम घुसेंगे नहीं मारेंगे, उन्होंने किया है। सो दैट इज व्हाट दिस पाकिस्तान टेल हैज बीन कट फ्रॉम द रूट। Correct. Whereas China is trying to focus its energy. Last line, if you remember that Kim Jong, the country is so poor, they do not have the money to feed the population. फिर 3 महीने के बाद वो एक बड़ा मिसाइल टेस्ट करता है और बोलता है फ्रॉम कोरिया इट कैन गो टू वॉशिंगटन DC। फिर मुझे लगता है यार तू अपने देशवासी को खाना क्यों नहीं खिला? Indirectly, all the testing done by that Korean dictator is the testing of China. China don't want to test on its name. ले भाई ले रॉकेट तैयार है, हम टेस्ट करेंगे, कितना पैसा मिल रहा है चल कर। मतलब उसका 2 डॉग है, एक चाइना का 2 है, एक पाकिस्तान, उसका तो इंडिया ने दांत निकाल दिया, फिर दूसरा ये किम जोंग का कोरियन। बट इंडिया इज डूइंग इट्स लेवल बेस्ट। ये सब मुझे ऐसा लगता है ना कि एक दिन है ना राहुल गांधी को पकड़ के ना ये सब स्टोरी सुनाऊंगा। अच्छा मैं नेक्स्ट भाषण में इसको इंक्लूड करेंगे। मैं यू एज अ स्टूडेंट, आप छोड़ो, इवन मेरा 9th का स्टूडेंट बोलते हैं सर राहुल का जो भी आप बोलते हैं ना हमको इतना समझ में आता है कि नेक्स्ट दिन हम लोग न्यूज चैनल बैठ के देखते हैं राहुल गांधी ने आज क्या पकड़ा खड़ा किया। एंड जिस दिन सब लोग बोल रहा था कि उसकी मम्मी को बहुत बड़ा पुरस्कार देना चाहिए, सोनिया गांधी वाज लाफिंग लाइक एनीथिंग, क्योंकि अभी तक वो बेटे को लॉन्च करने का सपना में बैठी, कभी तो मेरा बेटा बनेगा। बोले क्या बनेगा? कुछ तो बन सकता है। और ऊपर से कांग्रेस बोलता है ही इज द डिजर्विंग, ही इज द मोस्ट क्या प्रॉमिसिंग मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया। आई सेड मोस्ट प्रॉमिसिंग बट डोंट वांट टू बिकम द प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया। बट सॉरी टू से, एक मैंने बीबीसी का डॉक्यूमेंट्री देखा, जितना ये कॉमेडी करता है, जितना बोलता है कि उसका सेकेंड पार्ट उतना डेंजरस ही है। He has all connection to anti-Indian forces. और ये जो अभी रिसेंटली अमेरिका में कौन सा यूनिवर्सिटी में गया था, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर, उस यूनिवर्सिटी ने इसको इनवाइट नहीं भेजा, जो एंटी इंडियन फोर्सेस है उन्होंने भेजा, एंड ही गेट्स रिच मनी फॉर दैट। जितना हमको ये लगता है कॉमेडियन है, कॉमेडियन से भी ज्यादा बड़ा विलन है। अभी देखो अभी इलेक्शन में अभी उन लोग ने सिर्फ मिजोरम में आग लगाया है, अभी देखो हर एक स्टेट में कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट होगा। एंड मिजोरम ट्रबल इट वाज स्टार्टेड बाय मिसेस इंदिरा गांधी। When she was the Prime Minister of India, she sent 2 fighter jet aeroplane. वो भी अपना ही स्टेट है, but fighter jet aeroplane bombed the people of Manipur. Why? Because insurgency हुआ, Bangladesh and other were inside. इससे भी बड़ा war चल रहा था। इसे मैंने डॉक्यूमेंट्री में देखा, I don't know which year it was, 1961 I remember. तो किसी ऑपोजिशन पार्टी उस टाइम का बहुत इंदिरा गांधी पे प्रेशर डाला, तो इंदिरा गांधी gave a big report. लास्ट में लिखा था I sent 2 fighter jet to drop soldiers into the मणिपुर। तो नीचे ऑपोजिशन ने पूछा फाइटर जेट से कितना सोल्जर्स लोग को तूने ड्रॉप किया? चॉपर से ड्रॉप होता है सोल्जर्स फाइट करने के लिए। फाइटर जेट से सिर्फ आप मिसाइल या बॉम्ब ही ड्रॉप मार सकते। लुक एट द रिपोर्ट गिवन। आप कभी भी टाइम मिलेगा ना, ताशकंद फाइल्स करके मूवी है, यू वॉच इट। एंड में मिसेस इंदिरा गांधी का नाम आता है। शी टुक सो मच बैग्स ऑफ मनी टू डिक्लेयर इमरजेंसी इन इंडिया। तो ये सब मुझे लगता है ना कांग्रेस का अच्छा रूल है, मैं मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ। इवन चाचा नेहरू ने जो उनका इतना बड़ा जो म्यूजियम है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर म्यूजियम नाम चेंज कर, उसके पे कांग्रेस चला रहा है। इट वाज नेहरू इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस एंड म्यूजियम था, जहां नेहरू जी ने अपना लास्ट ब्रेथ लिया था। मोदी ने उसका भी नाम बोल दिया प्राइम मिनिस्टर म्यूजियम कर दिया। अभी ये कौन है मिनिस्टर, आई फॉरगॉट हिज नेम, ऐसा कैसा नेहरू का नाम चेंज किया है। नेहरू ने किया ही क्या? You have seen his pictures with cigars, one. You have seen with the horse riding, polo is his famous game. And जितना भी मिस्टर एंड मिसेस हमारे इंडिया में गवर्नर जनरल बनकर गए, मुझे लगता है सारा मिस्टर नेहरू को पसंद करते थे। And it was Mrs. Wellesley who commented on the first day when he kept the rose on his jacket. मरने तक भाई साहब ने वो रोज लगाना नहीं भूला। अभी किसके याद में रोज लगाना, ये तो एक छोटा सा सीक्रेट था, और भी है बहुत बड़े बड़े ना। यू रीड नेहरू जी, बट इतना सब हुआ है। आज भी हमारा बुक्स में मैंने देखा चाचा ने देश के लिए कुर्बानी दिया, देश के लिए दिया, पर और भी
They never say the name of the Jawaharlal. Even the Gandhi, they never say about
गांधी जी के तो और भी बड़े बड़े किस्से। गांधी जी साबरमती आश्रम से बाहर निकले काम किया। गाइस एनफ है, आप लोग को थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स रखने के लिए ये सब मैंने सुना। हो गया, चलो लेट्स कम बैक टू आवर एनफ। Although it gets recorded, but I don't have any problem. Let the children understand the hard truth of the so-called Congress party. Let's come back. Guys, we have 50 minutes to go. I'll finish this chapter. Nuclear energy, we are moving. Underline the first line. Obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms. Hey, who is the scientist in India who developed Homi Jahangir Baba? And he is the founder of Baba Atomic Baba Atomic Research Center. Let us go to the next one. Nuclear power, underline, fourth largest in India, electricity. 21 nuclear, but you have to remember only 7. What is the difference between 21 and 7 as per the sentence? Anybody? 21 reactors है, station 7 है, और सबसे बड़ा महाराष्ट्र में है, that is तारापुर पावर प्लांट। हाँ नहीं, डॉर्मेंट नहीं है। न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स आर 21 बट पावर प्लांट 7 है। तो ऐसा अगर हम लोग रेशियो बताए तो एक पावर प्लांट में 3 न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर है। बीआरसी में आप लोग अंदर जगह है, देयर इज न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर। वी आर नॉट अलाउड टू गिव। Despite my dad was an employee, I had gone for many times my school use program. We are not allowed. Employees could be very strict employees, very high scientific officer. BRC, Baba Atomic Research. But nuclear reactor जहाँ है वहाँ allowed नहीं। हाँ तो मैं भी बहुत बार वो साइरस में गया है, but we are not allowed it. मुझे उसलिए उस दिन से लेके कैंटीन याद है, क्योंकि उधर मेरा पापा के नाम से बोल के बहुत खाना मिलता था फ्री में। मैं कैंटीन की तरफ इस तरफ है। हाँ ठीक है। Let's proceed. अच्छा बट वो तो बाहर है रे, तू जो बोल रहा है वो देवनार है। बीआरसी का गेट दूसरा है। मैं बोलता हूँ मेन कंपनी, तू उधर अलाउड नहीं रहता। इज एनी ऑफ योर फैमिली मेंबर फ्रॉम बीआरसी? बट अभी ग्रैंडफादर जब था तभी कितना बड़ा था अंदर जाने के लिए। I'm saying main BRC. You are saying the colony. I'm not saying the colony. I'm saying the company. We were living there. I have studied up till 12th standard under BRC school. Carry on. Yes. Huh? Nuclear power. Shall I finish it, guys? जब कुछ अलग ही स्टोरी चल रही है। A generation, I am not reading it. Advantages you come down. Underline, reduces the amount of energy from fossil. Emission of greenhouse. Production of energy is continuous. I think in science you might have studied we have two reactions, fusion and fission. This is a controlled fission. One atom bombarded, you might have done.
Yes.
Huge amount of energy. But the problem, heat is also evolved. So it is all controlled. Biogas, let us go to underline open bracket methane, CO2, hydrogen sulfide. It is anaerobic degradation of animal and plant. The gas underline lighting and pumping. Generation, I'm not reading, I'm going into advantages. It is clean, non-polluting, cheap source. Underline direct supply of gas from the plant. That is next point. No storage. Sludge, udar likho slurry above. Is a rich fertilizer. And add one more advantages. Dual purpose. Reducing the wastage and generation of electricity. Dual purposes का मतलब वो पूरा waste से ही बनता है ना, reducing the wastages and generating the electricity. Now go down to page number 159. Start solving questions up till question number 3 only. Come on. Those who are not having the volume can write in the notebook. I want everyone to show me 1, 2, 3 and then move. The questions ka answers. दोनों के पास नहीं बोले आराम से मेरा guys do not talk, write the answers. What else? What is the question? You have to explain the meaning and its importance in one line. In fact, दिया है volume में ही दिया है. जहाँ भी लिख चुके. लिखने से पहले only questions.
The important schools and what are the
Why are you blank? Where's the notebook? So एक question copy करके उसको दे देना बोल दे. क्यों? I'm saying perfectly on time. You go by this bus, the pickup bus comes. What time? No, but it's what I'm give the advantages of using biogas. Try to write 4 points and let it be explaining. देखो advantage पूछा है, you write what is biogas first and then start writing. What is biogas पहले वो लिखो, फिर उसके बाद advantage start करो. That person. वॉल्यूम दे दो ना, वो राम भरोसा बैठो, दे दो। Just because he is not copy down the question and write the answer in your note. What is so? Yes. One. Just one. ऊपर ठीक है टाइम का 18 में सबको 9 बजे तक वेट करना है। The panels come meeting इधर ही start कर। Race completed. अपना बाई है या यूजिंग है सोलर होगा सर बाई और यूजिंग चेक करो just put all the points there is a volume straight away हाँ ठीक है get up and everything चलेगा TCS complete keep moving रुको I have to give the volume to the जाओ जल्दी that's what for finishing for मुझे तो landscape ये क्या है इसको आके आंसर के ऊपर पूछ रहा है you won't be waiting down quickly moving yeah advantages इधर लिखे यहाँ से start नहीं कर सकते smart way to make the answer just 1 minute ये क्या है ऐसा advantages keep moving just 1 minute sir wait This is how he has written. Maybe what he has written biogas. I told what is biogas directly. Then he has come to advance. ऐसा रहना चाहिए. तेरा एक लाइन में. Wait. पक्का हो गया. ये किसका है? Why does your friend Janvi not in touch with her? Same school है ना but just pass on the message क्या हो गया सर ने बोला तो जाने के लिए keep moving she has written neatly too so no need to check whatever निकालना keep moving you complete hey rest of the people I'll correct later those who have shown me keep moving yes. Keep moving ये पेंसिल है मैडम पेन दो ना the others I will not check give it to those who want to ये तेरा पूरा चेक नोटबुक चेक करेगा ये रहना I'm checking now keep moving ना ना अच्छा आने टिकने लिखा ना
Phone here. Sabi, check na naman.
Mama is taking from the mouse side. Yes, yes. Sounds. What did you heard? Yes.